Hi, my name is Sarah and I'm an accent and dialect instructor. In this video, I'm going to discuss what I think is the biggest language challenge that non-native English-speaking actors are faced with, and what their biggest advantage or strength is. The biggest language challenge a non-native actor may face while acting in English is rhythm and intonation. Rhythm and intonation are the melody of a language. And this is actually the number one reason why all non-native speakers of any profession are sometimes misunderstood. But this is especially important for actors because if you don't speak with the melody that listeners are expecting, you can accidentally change the story in a potentially confusing way. Here's an example. Let's say your line is, "I called his phone." Listen to which words are spoken with greater stress or energy. I called his phone. Called and phone are louder, longer, and higher in pitch than I and his. This is common in English, where verbs and nouns are stressed more than pronouns. A non-native speaker who is not as familiar with English rhythm and timing might say, "I called his phone." I called his phone. When you stress the word his, the meaning of the sentence changes. It's as if you're telling someone that you didn't call her phone, you called his phone. It changes the intention of what you're saying, and it changes the story. Now, if this doesn't make sense in the context of what's going on, you could potentially confuse your audience and really interrupt the flow of the story. The good news is that you can learn to turn this challenge around and use it to your advantage. You can learn to use the changes in stress to manipulate the intention behind your language. This can be a really powerful tool. Let's take that example sentence. I called his phone, and compare it using 3 different stress patterns. I called his phone. That's the standard neutral way to say the statement. An appropriate context would be, "Where's Sam?" "I don't know, I called his phone." Here's another way. I called his phone. You're emphasizing who called the phone in that one. Here's a context for that. "Sam is missing. Records show that someone called his phone the night he disappeared." I called his phone. And here's a third way. I called his phone. Here's the context. You called Sarah's phone? No, I called his phone. So you can do a lot of things with the intention of your speech using changes in stress. This is something that an accent and dialect coach can help you learn to do. Now, the biggest advantage non-native actors have, I think, is that you bring multiple worlds of culture and language into your roles. And that's something that monolingual actors don't have. You come to the stage or the set with more than one toolbox, and that's something you can really use to your advantage in creative ways. So a great example of this is Sofia Vergara's work in Modern Family. Sofia herself is from Colombia, and her character in the show, Gloria, is also from Colombia. Sofia uses language in a very powerful way in this role. In scenes where she wishes to portray an extreme emotion, such as anger or annoyance, she will bring in more phonological features or pronunciation from Colombian Spanish into her English, and then she'll use more American English pronunciation during scenes where her emotions are more neutral. She uses this subtle change in pronunciation to signal a loss of inhibition because of changes in her emotion. It's very nuanced and very powerful, and it's very well done. Sophia is a very talented actor. I recommend you check out her performance in Modern Family for inspiration. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Visit my website to learn more about how you can work with me as an accent instructor. I'm at theaccentcorner.com. Thank you.